Former Pennsylvania Senator and Newsmax contributor Rick Santorum and CPAC Chairman Matt Schlapp. Gentlemen, thanks for joining us. Senator, you won in Iowa in 2012. You shocked many. Will Ron DeSantis do the same in 11 days?
Oh, the dynamics are very different. I was never ahead in any polls. I was sort of sitting in the weeds, if you will, and sort of grew our base of support over time, and sort of lightning struck for us at the last 2-3 weeks. Very different story with DeSantis. I mean, he came out actually tied with Trump and even ahead of Trump in Iowa, and then deflated. And the question, and has sort of been holding steady. The question is whether his grassroots operation, which is formidable, probably as good as I've seen in Iowa, whether that will make a big difference to at least get him ahead of Nikki Haley. And I think that the reports you're hearing are correct. If he does not at least finish in second place in Iowa, I just don't see a path forward for DeSantis, given the fact that Haley is beating him badly in New Hampshire, and South Carolina is next. So I mean, there's just no path for him to keep the money coming. So this is make or break for DeSantis in Iowa.
Yeah, but he could be Bill Clinton, 1992, New Hampshire, the comeback kid. The comeback kid. You know, Paul Tsongas, I think, won in New Hampshire by 8 points, and somehow Bill Clinton was the comeback kid. Bill Clinton back in the news again today, by the way. Matt, good to see you. Good morning.
Good to see you, Rob.
Nikki Haley, this 538 average now has Nikki Haley as the clear number 2, which is just so bizarre. I had Governor Sununu on a minute ago, and I asked him, you know, if Nikki Haley would run with Trump if he was the nominee, and no one will give me a clear answer on that. Apparently, Nikki Haley wants to keep the door open because Governor Sununu wouldn't just say, absolutely not, if Trump's the nominee, which is bizarre. So now it's who's going to be number 2. The Hill says that Haley is the real number 2. Again, 538 is not an exact science, but it tells you a lot about momentum, which can mean everything over the next 20 days when Iowa and New Hampshire happen.
Yeah, there's all these ideas of tickets, and Rick Santorum had a great win in Iowa, and I would challenge Rick on this idea that he didn't have some polls that had him where some of these other candidates are. I think the real story in Iowa is, DeSantis announced for president and was tied in polls in Florida. Now those polls have really gone Trump's way, and Iowa seems to really be going Trump's way. And I have to go online and look at what people won by. At the end of the day, it didn't matter by how much Rick Santorum won Iowa. And I feel the same way this time. I feel like a win's going to be a win. And Ron DeSantis could come in too, and he could do this famous line of, oh, I have a ticket now to go forward. But that ticket's to nowhere, because in New Hampshire, he's really flailing. And Nikki Haley seems to be the number 2 there. But the problem for Nikki Haley is the only way she wins in New Hampshire if she gets a lot of non-Republicans to vote for her. And then she's got South Carolina looking her right in the face. And everybody knows this. If you can't win your own state by a substantial margin, there is no case you have to make to Republicans that you can be the nominee. It's why Jeb Bush got out of the race before Florida in 2016. It's why John Kasich was never going to be the nominee. It's why Ted Cruz, quite frankly, wasn't going to be the nominee. You have to win your home state big, and she's just not there in any polls. So we're talking about all this. If Trump stumbles in Iowa, then we're having a real conversation about this nomination, drama. If he wins in Iowa, I'm sorry. I think this thing is all over but popping the champagne cork.
Yeah, there is. Look, I think Trump's going to win Iowa. Trump sort of feels like the 16-0 Patriots who ultimately lost to the Giants in the Super Bowl. I know people aren't going to like that, but everyone just says, nope, it's a done deal, it's a done deal, it's a done deal. We've seen surprises. Rick Santorum is with us on the air right now, and he was a huge surprise in 2012. And I think that Mike Huckabee in 2008 was a surprise. Ted Cruz was a surprise in 2016.